Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm sorry this video is a bit late. I don't even know what day it will be when I put this up, but I have been really busy and just trying to find time to make a video has been difficult, but I made one, so we're good. So the last week I've been coaching a beginner youth fencing camp, so I was dealing with a bunch of 8 to 12-year-olds and giving them swords. Whenever I coach, I always end up with some funny stories about these children, so that gave me the idea that maybe I should talk about some of the funny stories from when I was a kid, because God knows I was a stupid kid. I have lots of them. So here goes. When I was younger, my brother and I would be at Home Depot and we would be sitting in the shelves, kind of the empty areas, and I remember that my brother used to come up to me pretending he was a homeless person. He'd ask me for money, but my reasoning not to give it to him was that I was Ellen Degeneres and I was not generous, so he couldn't have any money. Why? Another time we were in the car on the way to school and I asked if we could listen to city music, not knowing that I really meant country music until my brother corrected me. I probably wasn't even that young, I just wasn't that smart. When I was younger, my parents were trying to teach me the saying, "Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me," and I recited it as, "Chickens will break my bones, but it won't hurt." It probably would, actually. Any sort of bone being broken would be painful, and why would a chicken break my bone? I was 4 or 5, so don't blame me too much, but chickens? Really, past Abby? Really? So when we were younger and we used to do really weird or silly stuff, my mom would write it down in this notebook here, which has a very lovely stove mark on the back from when my mom left it on the stove. Way to go, Mom. Apparently, when I was younger, I told my mom I didn't want to go to school anymore, and when she asked me why, I said that it always makes my tummy hurt, and I miss her. My mom asked why my tummy hurt, and I said it was like a bee stinging my heart. I miss my mom so much. I said I just always wanted to stay home with my mom. I melted her and made her cry, apparently, which was not the first time, and apparently not the last. I asked my mom recently if I got to stay home after that, and she said she probably let me stay home for a week, so high five, past self, you were a brilliant little shit. Another time my mom and I were playing cards, and as like a kind of insult because she couldn't swear, she called me Droopy Drawers, and I replied with, "You should call me Drippy Drawers because I pee my pants sometimes." Who says that? What kind of child says that? Why was I so stupid? The first time my mom made me wear capri pants, I told her I didn't want to wear short sleeve pants. I also used to think diarrhea was called pee poo. That's what I told my mom I had the first time. Why does my mom write this stuff down? That's just gross. My parents never had the best experiences with my brother and I in the liquor store. The first time my brother had a piece of gum, my mom told him that when he was finished with it, he should just spit it out. So he spit it out on the floor of the LCBO. Another time in the LCBO, my parents were in line and I was standing there and there was this guy behind me. I don't remember any of this, but apparently I just turned around, looked him dead in the eyes and said, "Quit looking at me." I haven't changed at all. I have a brother, his name's Mac, he's about 2 years older than me, just in case I haven't said any of this before. So when I was younger, he taught me a lot of stuff I didn't know yet, and my parents probably didn't want me to know. Anytime someone swore, they were always like, "Oh no, Abby's around, we can't swear," and I was like, my brother has said it at video games more than you can imagine. But when I was 3 years old, he learned the F word for the first time, and of course taught it to me. So one day, I was standing on the stairs in our front hall, and my dad was getting something out of the closet, and I go over and I was like, "Daddy, do you have to go to work tomorrow?" And he turns to me and goes, "Yes, I do." It was midweek, I wanted to go mini-putting, but my dad had to go to work. My reply was, my dad's trying to keep a straight face because I'm 3 years old. My mom is in the kitchen laughing her ass off. But of course, I couldn't see her where she was, so it was okay. But my dad, the one I A, swore at and B, could see, had to keep a straight face and tell me that it wasn't okay. So the first thing he asked me is, "Where did you learn that word?" And of course, little 3-year-old me just goes, "Mac." And my mom could not stop laughing. And of course, my dad did the whole, "Well, don't use that word," while trying not to laugh. And probably got my brother in a lot of trouble too. Something I learned recently is apparently I am too low maintenance and I should be more high maintenance. Not only did I not know that was physically possible, but it also seems like a lot of effort, so yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry to the person who told me that. Can't words. How? This isn't a childhood story, but this is a couple days ago story, and I personally think it's hilarious. Then again, I laugh at my own jokes way too often. I was getting ready to go to work, which was the summer camp, and we we don't have a dress code, we just have to wear a shirt, especially after the first couple days when we've already worn our shirts to identify us as counselors or coaches or staff. So I come downstairs wearing the good old Nicolas Cage shirt. So my dad gives me a really weird look, like, "Dude, what are you wearing?" So my simple reply is, "Would you believe me if I said it was Nicolas Cage Day at camp?" And he just started laughing, and I was like, "Camps have special days." And he just laughed and walked away. So I got in the car, and he came back in a minute and just sits down and goes, "Nicolas Cage Day." And we talked later in the week about how we should have a superhero day, and I said I already wore my superhero shirt, Nicolas Cage. Then again, I was wearing a Batman shirt at the time, but that is irrelevant. Nicolas Cage. That's all I'm gonna say. I will probably do another one of these at some point. There are lots of stories about my brother and I when we were kids. I'm just thinking thinking of a few right now. My parents are trying to think of more, so like this video if you like some of the weird things I tell you guys about my family and my past. Subscribe if you want to see more. You can follow me on Twitter and Tumblr, it's all in the description. Thanks for watching.